Guten Tag, friendlings. My name is Rhapsody, and welcome back to Inscryption, Kaycee's mod. It's time for the vanilla deck. Thank you to those of you who gave me the tip-off that I'd missed the pun there. Actually just completely flew over my head. But we're gonna have to be flying over the top of the enemy's head to deal that dome damage. Tip that scales in the correct direction. Let's go with tip scales, no boss res. All totem battles is pretty rough. Pricey pelts is probably the least impactful on me. Let's go boss totems, tip scales, no boss res, and pricey pelts, I think. Sounds good to me. A little bit of black coffee, recording a little bit later in the evening than I otherwise usually might. And the brain may need a little bit of a restart, rejog. It's effectively the jumper cables. Start, bullfrog, and a wolf. We have removal opportunities plenty early on. We could go to a fire for a possible removal there. We are inevitably going to go to a trapper. It's unfortunate, admittedly. It means I'm going to be including more cards in the deck than I would like. Oh well. I'm anticipating some extraordinary pelts. Yeah, don't need to though, because all I got is hair pelts for you. Okay. So we've seen the power of Warren and Rat King, right? They are resource production tools, extremely effective resource production tools. I could also just take an early damage dealer in something like an Elk Fawn or even a River Otter that's just not really going to be contested by the enemy. I could even then attempt to go and use the River Otter in a fire space, especially if it happens to give damage. The Elk Fawn will upgrade into a 2/4 that has Sprinter. It doesn't have Pronghorn. It's not the bifurcated attacker though. Turkey Vulture is Turkey Vulture, and Turkey Vulture is good. I feel like we can skate by on just taking resource generation tools like the Warren and the Rat King, especially because we are gonna have to buy something in a later shop. So I think we can hold off on when we're gonna pick up our payoffs here. You have my gratitude. First big issue, do I want to sacrifice the Bullfrog just to get it out of the deck? It would be like Bullfrog into Stoat, and then like attempting eventually to remove Stoat. Oh no, wait, hang on, sorry. No, the sacrifice sigil would be the Rat King going into the Warren. No, 100% of the time, we're definitely doing that. The biggest effect of the Rat King is not its own damage, but its death effect. So putting that on something that is cheaper, extremely valuable. We're now set up for easy utilization of basically anything that has bones. No bones about it on those. So Wild Bull is going to move forward, attack, and then it is going to rampage, pushing the Snowy Fur behind itself. And then I can respond to that Wild Bull if I have an attacker on my leftmost position. Otherwise, the Wild Bull will move forward and kill mine. So I think that means it's Squirrel, Warren, Rabbit, sack the Rabbit and the Squirrel in order to, sack the Rabbit and the Warren in order to summon the Wolf. The Wolf is contesting the Snowy Fur. It attacks once, the Wild Bull attacks, moves over, our Wolf overtakes it. Anything the enemy summons actually, no, it doesn't matter what the enemy summons in any line. The Snowy Fur is going to block another entry on this line, which I'll be undefended on because I'm playing on my leftmost. And this Snowy Fur will protect any damage on their third line, and their fourth line has a Rabbit in it, so they're also prevented from doing anything there. Yeah, we just have... Oh, I love it. It was very much like a puzzle to solve there. With an out-and-out solution. Okay, Rampager. At the end of the owner's turn, the card bearing the sigil will move in the direction inscribed in the sigil. To the left. So I always have difficulty with this. Is it to the enemy's left or to my left, right? What basis upon which are we judging this. It was gonna be a problem, though. Oh dear. So you attack, move over, and then I can just chump block you with a squirrel, I guess. Sure. I think if I end up taking down the enemy's wild bull, they're just gonna scoop here. So I think I'm fine to play it slow. I concede. You may, I do not accept it though. Whoops. Yeah, the obvious thing there was draw the final card from the deck and push one more damage in the overkill here. Oh, this trapper is gonna be awful. Me bills are clean. And pricey. Those prices are higher than I recall. The trapper was driving a hard bargain that day. Have a free one. Yeah, I was never gonna get a golden one there. Thanks for your patronage. You're more than welcome, bud. The fire to tempt removal. Like, I'd tempt the removal on the start, 100%. Sure. And, you know, if the stoat gets 2 more damage, that's pretty fine. You know what? Actually, I'm going to sack this on the bullfrog. Because if the bullfrog is a 1/6 sky blocker, that's fine. Whereas a 1/5 stoat is not going to ever really do anything for me. The idea of why I wouldn't have done it to the bullfrog is because the bullfrog is likely to be sacrificed just to provide its sigil to something else later in terms of removal. But at the same rate, I don't have a sigil sacrifice space in the near future that I can see, at least right now. Wolf Bullfrog. That elk fawn is dangerous. I can't prevent that from transforming. Can't prevent that robot from being in disguise. I mean, you know, we'll just chump block there. That'll do happily. And then I could attack over the top of this space, but then their response would be 3. Sparrow. So I think I actually need to put the wolf in this space. And we push 1 damage back to the sparrow. Not that that's particularly helpful, but I can now actually get the math on my side, right? I push 1 damage this turn. The enemy pushes 2. Yeah, we did. I will never accept the scoop. Not while my heart still beats. Ah. I accept. Shut up. Shut up. No, we were fine. It was gonna be totally fine. Shut up. Okay. If I want to get a valuable card just suddenly into the deck, pop over in that direction. I just want to get to this fire, to be entirely frank with you, though. Give me goods. Corpse Maggot is good. I just need something big to actually put it into. I'm gonna take the Corpse Maggot. And then get up. Okay, so the mirror, I haven't seen that in the run yet, and the magpie have to be in the 2nd and 3rd position. Interesting. I just remembered that as a result of the update that this game has recently had, that's a thing. There are new items in the Kaycee's mode that are in the portrait. And I will get them. Alright. I think we roll for removal again. Oh shit. Thank heck. If that got removed, I wouldn't have had any damage in the deck. Which would have been very awkward for the me. Okay, they have an elk fawn. I actually get to respond to that, right? Because the mole is going to block the elk fawn's movement. Yeah. Then Corpse Maggot is going to respond to that one for us as well. And I think we're like getting towards, yeah, we're in scoop territory. Now all I really ought to do is get the wolf down. And see if I can push any extra damage on this final turn. 2 extra? I just really don't see myself ever buying pelts. In this run especially, I mean, I already have some cards and I already have an extra pelt. So we already have an insect. We also have a beast and a serpent. There are birds that I want in particular. The cuckoo comes to mind. Sorry, not the cuckoo, the magpie. Beasts are more likely to be big though. I need a big card. That's not the smallest card that it could have been. But is it what Corpse Maggot goes into? Yeah. Oh no, Corpse Maggot's just gonna go into the wolf at this point. So 5-2, that's a great responding unit, especially because the Corpse Maggot has to die to the enemy's combat in order to trigger. So they've attacked, they're now leaving a unit on the board and you respond to it with 5 damage, almost certainly going to kill that unit, and seldom are they going to play another unit behind it. Ah yes, more health. This one I'm gonna roll on the start, and it's gonna remove it by, what did I tell you? I appreciate they let us keep the bones. I do not think there were that many bones in it though. We could definitely use some more cards that actually utilize our access to bones in the deck at the moment. The trapper sat hunched beside one of his traps, slowly cranking it open. He gingerly removed a mangled hair from the steel teeth, but left the trap unhinged. An exquisite pale ye shall make. Alright, they're all gonna be moving. I mean, I guess the wild bull can just clean up here for us. I give it a wee and go. So we attack that, and then we move. Oh, why? The direction inscribed by this sigil. The direction inscribed by this sigil is not the arrow. The direction is the arm, and the arrow shows them throwing the target behind them, which is to say in the opposite direction to the way they move. The direction is not the arrow. Beautiful. Oh, evil. Now I know how it works. Fine. Gonna be completely okay now. I'd like to know what I'm actually gonna be doing with my draws. Great. I can pop the squirrel out now. gonna clean a field so I can use the bullfrog eventually as my win. Yep. Oh, I guess the wolf would have been summoned in this position anyway. Whoops. Yeah, this could have been a lot easier for me as it turns out. I forgot those were gonna move. I see. I see. Oh boy. Boy, howdy, that totally did just happen, didn't it? Not a huge amount else I can do about it. I might be able to bring this one back from the brink. It's gonna require belief and... Oh god. If he ever plays another unit, I'm screwed. I can only chump block one. And I want to ideally actually keep as many of these pelts as possible. And some squirrels, so I can actually summon the units that I eventually get out of this. But I may just have to block with a squirrel every turn. That said, don't have infinite squirrels. 5 more turns of attacking. Thank you for the excess bones. I believe I only have 1 squirrel left, after which I think I have to scoop. The battle had taken a toll on you. Your supply of new creatures was exhausted. Starvation began to set in. Starvation, repulsive. If a creature would attack a card bearing this sigil, it does not. Okay. I'm gonna block those. No, not a... I was just about to... I was literally one off. Come on. You can't do it to me. They are absolutely going to do it to me. We have lost. That's what I deserve. But guess who now knows how the wild bull works? This guy. You impressed? You will make an exquisite build. Can't make it much more menacing than that one, unfortunately. Yes. I would actually say that the misplaced stat was higher there. If I recall correctly, those were the ones that we had passed on. Beautiful. Stoke Bullfrog Wolf. I'm gonna go... Elk Fawn and Cat. That's not as difficult. In fact, it's not impossible that I would see Elk Fawn Cat immediately here. Are you anticipating some extraordinary pelts? Air pelts? There's a half of it. Well, geez. Direwolf as well. Double strike. A card bearing the sigil will strike the opposing space an extra time when attacked. I love the idea of getting that and trying to utilize it. It is very expensive, but I also do want to take new things consistently. Like, I could just take the cockroach, and it's good, but I want to use new things. And then also Elk Fawn, because that actually may give me ultimately the newest thing of a new item. You have my gratitude. I would increase the direwolf's attack. Other than that, I would attempt to increase the health of the bullfrog or the stoat in order to remove them. I have 2 beast cards, so going for a totem wouldn't be entirely out of the question. I could also just treat that direwolf as a sigil holder to then give double strike to someone else who can utilize it better. So I wouldn't actually be entirely surprised to do. Okay, let's go get ourselves a woodcarve. You came upon the old woodcarver who fixed her intense gaze upon you. After an overlong moment of silence, she moved to offer her carvings. Oh, bees within. Once a card bearing the sigil is struck, a bee is created in your hand. A bee is defined as 1 power, 1 health airborne. That's extremely powerful. However, I'm also being offered the ability to actually have it affect beasts, or whatever I end up getting affect beasts. It would be useless if I got the bees and then I kept lucking out on not being able to get the beast head. The grey-haired woman silently collected her carvings and left. Yes. Cards. I see. Very novel. God, I actually just want to try and wait until I can get the direwolf out. Not do anything before there. But I know that's probably the wrong idea. It's fine, they're not really equalizing us yet. Actually, I have priority on this attack, so that works out exceedingly well for us. Although it does look like ultimately that's going to result in us not pushing much damage over the top of this. I guess I can actually use the direwolf in order to push 1 more damage this turn. I guess I'm glad that I don't have that random free pelt. That's an upside of all of this. That's near the bell ringer. I feel like I have to exhaust all of my opportunities to see new cards just to look for the cat. I mean, joke's on them. I'm happy to have a Rattler in the deck. It's some nice damage. It's a very good closer. Speaking of it being a very good closer. Not what I was looking for. To increase its closership, I would have gone for a different set of upgrades here. All right, remove the stoat. Get out of here, you healthy ass stoat. Trapper over on the left-hand side, but afterwards is a sigil sacrifice. I do want the sigil sacrifices. Perfect. We're already on equilibrium, and then defeat it. That's, yeah, totally not going to be a problem. We push 3, they push 3, we kill 1 and push 1. Scoop. Yeah, no, I can probably end up slow playing this a little because the Elk is going back and forth, which should, nice, give me the ability ultimately to get the direwolf out at some point. I can have the direwolf push only 2 damage this turn by killing the bee on the other side. Sure. Deeply unfortunate that not another thing has died for me. I can't play it unless another thing... Well, I guess the stoat actually giving me the ability then to play the Rattler is an upgrade in my overall damage here. Quite significantly as well. Yeah, this is what I didn't want. A situation where I now get a card from here, and then this is giving me a single item. Or I could spend nothing here, get a single pelt, and then get a sacrifice sigil removal. No, I still just need to see broad cards. Come on, show me the cat. Oh. I'd love to take the opossum. The mud turtle would be great. The loyal direwolf pup. The bones it digs up will be the first of many to meet its teeth. Bone digger. At the end of the owner's turn, a card bearing the sigil will generate a bone, and you are a fledgling. Absolutely. You get in this deck. I need more material. It's difficult for me to actually get them out. In this battle, I need to use an item. Otherwise, I'm going to get a copy of the pack rat from the next area. Flying Ant will block you with the Bullfrog, as well as push one of our own damage. In fact, I'm also going to get the Stoat to just completely control the ants as they appear. And just slow draw out to a reasonable turn here. Good block, but it's alive. Hold again. That's fine. They're gonna push 4, but I pushed 3 this turn, so it's only -1 on our side. Squirrel, squirrel, squirrel. And 1 big old direwolf. I expected this one to already be wrapped up in a bow, to be frank. That's more like it. Alright, Prospector. I'll be darned. You came across me quickly, partner. Care for a game of chance? I'll pick in a boulder and I'll break it for you. If it's gold, it's yours. Alright. That one. A Fecundity Mantis. Dag nabbit. I need for strange varmint. Yeah, no, I'll take that one off your hands. It's an instant bone generation resource for us already. I didn't use an item! But yeah, thanks. And I have to give up a sigil in order to actually get a totem complete. Please give me something worthwhile. Oh my god. All of our beasts have Corpse Eater. When any unit on the field dies, our beasts in hand are summoned. That's it. That's what we were looking for. I will now take every large beast offered. Mud tugged hard at your feet, forcing you to slow your pace. A rank odor caused your stomach to churn and your eyes to water. It was the rotting fish that hung from the branches around you. A huge man approached. Bring fish. Alright. Oh my god. It's the only one we have in hand? Kingfisher. How can I force you to kill whatever I put out? Damn, that Kingfisher is flying as well, so it will attack my flying block unit, but next turn that Bullfrog will get stolen, I guess. Alright, this is gonna be a little bit of a tricky one. Never mind, it's fine. Pull a basic card from deck, allow the enemy to take that squirrel. In doing that, they'll actually move, they'll completely mute that line. Getting the enemy to steal a squirrel is so useful in this game. Although it does require, after the end of your turn, you have a squirrel still left to play, and that's a valuable turn for you to have. No, it's a... know what to tell you, bud. That's a big old rough stuff for us. If anything dies here, the enemy will steal my wolf, because my wolf will be summoned, and then that will be the newest card before the Ankh goes off. Yeah, I had no choice. If I played anything, it would die, summon this, give the enemy my wolf. Boy. I've discovered 2 ways not to make a light bulb. Only 2 misplays as far as the game is concerned, so it thinks I've done very well. We'll ignore the fact that that's randomly generated. For the moment, my name is Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Inscryption. I promise I'll win next episode. The series playlist is up in that top left. You can see all of my history with this game, past, present, future. And directly down below is YouTube's recommendation for what it thinks you should watch next, streaming past to the people so generously supporting your Republic on patreon.com/RhapsodyPlays at or above the $10 tier. And a special thanks to this episode to 3D. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully see you next time.